Have you ever told yourself, I'll start when I feel motivated? Maybe it's exercising,
Just start with
starting
one
a
sentence.
business, writing a book, learning a new skill, or pursuing a dream you've been thinking about for years. Most people believe motivation comes first and action comes second. But what if that's completely backwards? What if motivation isn't the cause of action, but the result of action? Today, we're going to explore why waiting for motivation keeps so many people stuck, and how taking action, even when you don't feel like it, can transform your life. Let's begin. Imagine a cold Monday morning. Your alarm rings. You know you should work out, but you don't feel motivated, so you stay in bed. The next day, the same thing happens, and the next. Days become weeks, and weeks become months. Many people spend years waiting for the perfect feeling before taking action. The problem is that motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the weather. Some days you feel inspired, other days you don't. If your actions depend on your emotions, your progress will always be inconsistent. Successful people understand a different principle. Action creates motivation. Think about the last time you procrastinated on an important task. Starting felt difficult, but once you began, something interesting happened. Your focus increased, your energy improved. You started making progress, and suddenly you felt motivated. The motivation didn't come before the action, it came after. Psychologists often refer to this as a momentum effect. Small actions create small wins. Small wins create confidence. Confidence creates motivation, and motivation encourages more action. The cycle begins with movement, not with waiting. Consider a car parked on a hill. It takes effort to get the car moving, but once it's rolling, maintaining momentum becomes much easier. Human behavior works in a similar way. The hardest part is often the beginning. This is why many successful people focus less on motivation and more on systems. Instead of asking, "Do I feel motivated today?" they ask, "What action can I take right now?" A writer commits to writing 1 page. A runner commits to putting on running shoes. A student commits to studying for 5 minutes. The goal is not perfection. The goal is movement, because movement creates momentum. Let's talk about a powerful concept called the 5-minute rule. When you don't feel like doing something, commit to just 5 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes of exercise, 5 minutes of reading, 5 minutes of working on your project. Most of the time, once you've started, you'll continue. And even if you stop after 5 minutes, you've still built the habit of taking action. Consistency matters more than intensity. Small actions repeated daily can create extraordinary results over time. Think about the difference between someone who waits for motivation and someone who acts regardless of how they feel. The first person experiences occasional bursts of productivity, followed by long periods of inactivity. The second person makes steady progress every day. 1 year later, the difference can be enormous. This principle applies to every area of life: health, relationships, career, personal growth, financial success. The people who achieve meaningful results are not necessarily the most talented. They are often the ones who continue taking action when motivation disappears. Discipline is not about forcing yourself to suffer. It's about keeping promises to yourself. Every time you take action despite resistance, you strengthen your self-trust. You prove to yourself that your behavior is not controlled by your temporary emotions. And that's incredibly empowering. Now let's address a common misunderstanding. Taking action doesn't mean taking massive action. Many people believe they need a huge breakthrough moment, a dramatic transformation, a life-changing decision. But real change usually happens through small daily actions. 1 healthy meal, 1 workout, 1 page written, 1 difficult conversation, 1 step forward. Success is often the result of ordinary actions repeated consistently. The challenge is that these actions seem insignificant in the moment, yet over time, they compound. Just like interest in a bank account, small improvements accumulate. Months later, you become stronger, wiser, healthier, and more capable, all because you stopped waiting and started acting. Here's a simple challenge for you. Think of 1 goal you've been postponing. Just 1. Ask yourself, what is the smallest action I can take today? Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Maybe it's sending an email. Maybe it's taking a short walk. Maybe it's creating a plan. Maybe it's spending 10 minutes learning a new skill. Whatever it is, do it before this day ends. Remember, you do not need to feel ready. You do not need confidence. You do not need perfect conditions. You only need the willingness to take the next step. Motivation is wonderful when it appears, but it should never be a requirement for action. The people who build extraordinary lives are not those who wait for inspiration. They are those who move forward despite uncertainty. Action creates clarity. Action creates confidence. Action creates momentum. And action creates motivation. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment rarely arrives. Start where you are. Use what you have. Take the next small step, because your future is shaped not by what you intend to do, but by what you actually do. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder to take action today. And remember, success doesn't start with motivation. Success starts with action.